minutes to go live about habit loops, breaking bad habits, and creating new ones. And it's not enough time, but today is my daughter's band concert, so I'm going to hurry home. I'll get into it more later. All right, so basically, habits can be good or bad. So some good habits, I'm sure you all have, I hope, is brushing your teeth before you go to bed. Everybody has that habit. It's just a routine. Or you get up in the morning and then you pee and then you brush your teeth. I mean, those things are full-on habits that you do every single day. And in fact, I was told, and I read all these books about habits. In one of the books, I think my favorite one, it mentioned that more than 80% of your day is habits. Like, it's not that you're novelly thinking of what you're going to do, because that would be crazy. That would really slow you down. Another habit is your drive to work. Like, you don't even have to think. You just drive to work, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm already here? Or, oh, where am I? Or, oh my God, I missed that turn. So your habit got a little messed up. So habits are a part of life, and they're really important. They create efficiency. But there is definitely room for bad habits. So some really common bad habits. Actually, one that they talk about in the book, I love this one because I think everybody can relate to it. He was talking about how he's at work, and at like 3 o'clock, he always ends up going to the cafeteria at work and getting himself a cookie. And he was putting on weight and was like, I really don't need to eat this cookie. I don't know why I'm eating this cookie. So I have to find what I can do to stop eating this cookie. And because he's a habit researcher, he looked for the antecedent. So let me tell you what an antecedent is. If you're a behaviorist, or you do ABA, and you're in special education, like a lot of people in my family, you know what an antecedent is. It's what came before. What came before this behavior? So what came before the behavior of brushing your teeth before you go to bed is you decided to go to bed and you put on your pajamas or something. It could have some kind of antecedent. You just routinely do that. What came before this cookie habit that this guy had was he felt like he needed to get up and stretch, and he was tired of sitting at his desk. So he decided to explore and to say, okay, so am I getting up to get the cookie because I want the cookie? Or am I getting up because I just need to get up and stretch my back and get out of my seat for a minute? So he tried that, and that wasn't enough. That didn't fulfill what he really wanted. So he explored it further. Another thing that happens when he went to the cafeteria to get the cookie was he would meet up with coworkers and gossip and chat. So he decided then, instead of just getting up and stretching, he said, maybe what I need is the conversation. So I'm not sure how this other coworker felt about this, but he decided he would get up, walk to somebody else's desk, and gossip and chat with them. And then go back to his desk and see if that feeling of wanting the cookie went away. And he learned that it did. So basically, he found the antecedent, that it was that he was sitting at his desk too long, he was getting bored, and he had to get up and move. He found out the reward. I kind of left that part out, but every behavior has a reward. So he left out that reward, which was the time he gets to chat with his coworkers and gossip about his other coworkers. And he found that the cookie didn't really need to be there. Another example, actually, in this book, they talked a lot about advertising. And toothpaste companies, toothpaste to clean your teeth doesn't need to have that fresh taste that you feel, like that tingly feeling. That is not necessary for the cleaning of your teeth. So, but toothpaste companies, it used to be that people didn't brush their teeth regularly. I can't even imagine, but that's how the world used to be before toothpaste companies learned to put that tingly feeling into the toothpaste, because that ended up being the reward that was associated with brushing your teeth. So to establish the behavior, they put the tingly feeling into the toothpaste, and then you were able, you brush your teeth, you get that tingly feeling, you're getting the reward. So what I want you to do is look at your own habits. A really, really common one is the after work, before dinner snacking. It's a problem for me. And the other one is the late night snacking. So I'm actually going to start first with the late night snacking, because what I learned about myself with late night snacking is I was late night snacking because I was tired. And the snacking, it gives you that sugar boost, and it does kind of wake you up. But really, when I'm tired, I should go to sleep. And so that's the behavior I'm trying to change. So when I feel like I want that late night snack, if I'm able to, sometimes you're in a situation where you can't just go to bed. If I'm able to, I try to tell myself, all right, it's time to go to bed, and I do my bedtime routine and I go to bed. And that stops me from late night snacking, and you can't snack if you're asleep, right? And you're less likely to snack if you're already lying in bed, especially if you're tired. Another thing to do with the late night snacking is replace it. So a couple of the ladies in my regular challenge group, and one of them is watching me, hello Corey, came up with the DD&T. And DD&T stands for dinner and done and tea. So if you can't go to bed because you want that late night snack and you're tired and bored, then you have a cup of tea. And the bonus of a cup of tea is they come in so many different flavors. You can have what is called like dessert teas, and they basically have no calories. You can have it without caffeine, so it doesn't keep you up. You can put it in a big cup that you can hold with two hands. And if you're holding a cup with two hands, then you're less likely to use another hand to put something in your mouth. So that's basically changing. You have the same antecedent and you have the same reward, because drinking the tea is an activity that can stimulate you to stay up a little bit, but the behavior is different. You change the behavior. Let me see. So what I'd like you guys to do in the comments, I love this stuff. Like this, I read the habit book, and I will post, not right now because I'm going to rush home because my daughter's concert is today, but later in the comments, I'm going to post this book because it is definitely worth a read. And if any of you guys sign up as a challenger, I'll give that book to you as a gift if you want, because it is eye-opening about habits, about how our brain works, about establishing habits, about breaking bad habits, and about advertising. It goes corporate and personal, and it's really a fascinating book. And then I started reading other things about habits, and I listened to a podcast about habits, and it fires me up. So if you have a habit you want to break and you want to figure out how to break it, I'd happily break down the behavior, the antecedent, the reward, and the behavior, and see how you can change it. It's something that we'd have to do together, because it's not like I can't just tell you what to do. It's a process that we have to work on together. If you want help with establishing new habits, like my morning exercise, that's a morning routine. Another book that helped me with that was the book, The 5-Second Rule, where basically when your alarm goes off, I'm not a morning person, which if you guys already, knew me well, you knew I wasn't, but it's kind of unbelievable considering the way I live my life now. But when my alarm goes off at 4:45, I do what she recommends, which is you do a countdown. You go 5, 4, 3, 2, and you got to get up before the 5 seconds are over, because you cannot think about it, because nobody feels like getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, so or 4:45 in the morning. So if your alarm goes off and you think to yourself, do I really want to get up? The answer is always going to be no. So you say 5, 4, 3, 2, and what comes after 1? Blast off, right? And that's an action word that gets you out of bed. I have my workout clothes right next to me. It's the first thing I put on, and then I head downstairs. It's become a habit. It's become a routine, and that's why I haven't missed it. It's why habits are the secret to success. And you cannot count on motivation. You cannot count on wanting to do it, because there are many days, if I thought about it, I wouldn't want to do it. But I just had to make it as automatic as brushing my teeth. All right, I'm off to the concert. Bye, guys.